everybody. Thank you for all tuning back into my channel. I'm so excited to have you guys back. And if this is your first time, hello, my name is Shakia Cook. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for joining me. So today I want to talk to you guys about how people just do not know what to say. Oh my gosh. Throughout this journey, I've learned that people just don't know what to say. And so I've really learned that, sometimes when we go through things or when other people are going through things, we just don't know what to say to them. And just people just don't know what to say to me sometimes. For instance, like one of my friends, she came over one day and she's just like, oh my gosh, you have old lady eyebrows now. Like you have to start drawing your eyebrows on. And I'm just like, okay, thanks. Like, oh my gosh, like really girl, like thank you, because of course that's exactly what I needed to hear as I'm going through this entire appearance change and, I'm just, feeling terrible and all sick. Thank you, girl. That is exactly what I needed to hear. And I mean, she meant well, but it was just like she didn't know what to say. Like people, they really mean well and, they think they're saying encouraging things or whatever, and it's just like, ugh, get out my face. Well, not get out my face, but get out my face. Like, for instance, I was at church, and this man, like, he told one of my friends, I was walking with one of my friends, and he told her, like, oh, your hair is so nice. And he looked at me, and he's just like, your hair is nice, too. And I'm just like, dude, you and I both see these 3 strands of hair on my head. Like, get out, okay? Just stop. Like, you don't have to say anything to me. But people just don't know what to say. One day, if you go back and watch my video called Trust the Process, it talks about how I just really didn't feel good one Sunday. And on this particular Sunday, someone told me, I'm just like, I really don't feel well. And, someone told me, like, you may not feel well right now, but you will. And I just wanted to be like, okay, well, how does that feel? Like, how do you feel now? Like, okay, I know I may not feel well, but I will feel well. I know that, but let me be in my moment and just say, okay, I don't feel well right now. Like, it's okay to say that. Like, I know I'll get to that point of feeling well because throughout this chemo journey, the week before chemo, I feel like super awesome. I want to do everything. I have the best energy. I want to go everywhere, just do everything, eat everything, because I have so much energy. I really feel like myself again. I say that aloud. Like, I'm just like, oh, I feel like myself. And then I have chemo treatment, and then it's like, oh, I just feel kind of terrible again. A little. But, well, a lot. So I don't want to downplay it. It was a lot. And so I'm just like, I know that I will get to that point, but right now I'm not at that point, so just let me be there. And it just kind of pissed me off, and I'm just like, oh, how does that feel? But of course, I don't do stuff like that. But I'm a lady. But so later on in the day, after I stopped being so pissed off about it, I realized, man, that was like really encouraging. To say that, okay, you may not feel like this right now, but you will. And so I just want to encourage you guys with that. Like, you may be going through something that may be physically just kind of bringing you down with your body and different things like that, with your health and stuff. You may not feel well right now, but you will. Like, or your finances, they may not look right now, but they will. Or, just whatever the case may be. You may be about to graduate. You may not feel like you're going to graduate, but you will. If, some of the things you got to do to work for it, but you will. And so, I realized that Sunday that it's more than just our feelings. Like, there are so many times in our life where we have to push past our feelings. We have to push past how we feel in order to get to where we want to be, or in order to do what we want to do. We have to push past our feelings. Like, I swear, our feelings get in the way of so many things. Like, man, I don't feel like doing this today, so I don't do it. Man, I don't feel like studying today, so I don't study. I don't feel like, writing today, so I don't write. And it holds us back from things that we're supposed to do. I was looking at my uncle's church on Sunday, and one of the brothers there, he said that, we blame so much stuff on the enemy, and sometimes it's not the enemy, it's the inner me. Like, sometimes, we blame so much stuff, the enemy holding me back, the enemy holding me back, but sometimes we hold ourselves back. So sometimes you gotta get up and push past your feelings, push past how you feel to get to where you want to be. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it will get better. I promise you. Everything in your life, it will work out. It will get better. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and if you haven't seen that light yet, then you're not at the end. So keep going until you get to the end. And speaking of tunnels, like, I lived in Virginia. When I first moved to Virginia, oh my gosh, they have tunnels in order to get to different cities in Virginia. Oh, it was the most stressful thing for me because I had never driven through a tunnel ever in my life before. And so it was just like, I was so scared, literally going through my first tunnel. And if you haven't really experienced going through a tunnel, it's basically, it's enclosed, you're driving through, and you're driving deeper and deeper into water. But of course, you don't see any water because, you're driving under. And so you go over a bridge and then you drive in a tunnel. And it's a tunnel because, so the ships, like the Navy ships and different things like that, they can pass over. And so it was the scariest thing because all I could think was, oh my gosh, one of these tiles are going to break. And then it's going to be over for me. Like, I don't know how to swim. It's going to be over for me. Like, I'm not going to be able to get out of this. It's going to be over. And that's all that I could think every time that I drove through that thing for maybe the first month that I was there. And so, I would have to turn up music super loud and drive like this, like just focus. Like, my eyes never left the road. I couldn't talk to you as I was riding through this tunnel. It was terrible. I was just frightened by this tunnel. And then one day I just forgot about it. Like, I would just drive through it and I wouldn't even realize it. Now if I go back to Virginia, like, I don't even realize that I realize obviously that I'm driving through a tunnel, but it's nothing to me now. Like, I would talk to people as I'm driving through the tunnel. I drive like this through the tunnel, ride around, gaming, But, so, what meant so much at some point in my life, it was such a huge deal. It seemed like the worst thing. Now it's like, okay, a month after that, after I drove through it a couple times, it was like, okay, this is nothing. Like, why was I ever tripping about that? Of course, I still wonder, like, dang, okay, like, if one of these tiles break, I really don't know how to swim, so I really need to learn how to swim. Or would that even matter because it's so much concrete and everything? I don't even know. But anyway, now it doesn't even matter to me. If I drive through a tunnel now, it's no big deal. And so the things that may seem like the worst thing in your life right now, or it may just seem like the most hurtful thing or the scariest thing right now in your life, someday it's not going to be so scary. Or it's not going to be the worst thing. Sometimes it's going to get better and better. Someday it's not going to hurt so much. Like, when you first go through a breakup and stuff, and at first it's so damaging. And then until one day it's just like, well, why did I ever cry over him or her? Or it doesn't hurt so much. You just wake up one day and it don't hurt as bad. And so, what are some ways that you can remind yourself that, okay, this may be my situation now, but it's not always going to be this way, and it will get better. What are some ways that you can remind yourself that? Number one, you remember the word. Remember the word of God. And, in order to remember the word, you actually have to read the word. So, get in your word, guys. In order to remember the word, you got to read the word. So, number one is remember the word. You gotta remember what you read in the Bible. And so, for example, like Romans 8:28, God causes all things to work together for the good of those who love him and for those who are called to his purpose. Remember that word. Like, so when you're in a situation and it's like, man, this seemed like the worst thing ever, just remember that, okay, God is going to work this out. God causes all things to work together for the good of those that love him. Like this one song, I don't even know who sings it, but a lot of churches sing it. It may not be good while it's working, but it's working for my good. And it's like, man, so just remember the word. Another example, Philippians 1:6. being confident in this, that he who began a good work in me will complete it. So just begin to remember the word that you read. In order to remember it, you got to read it. So get in your word, guys. Number 2, speak the word. One of my favorite cousins, I don't even have to say his name because he'll know exactly who I'm talking about. I call him my favorite, literally. I don't even call him by his name. I call him my favorite. He said to me one day, and I think he preached a message too about it, but he said that change what you're saying and you will change what you're seeing. Ugh, how powerful is that? Like, oh my gosh, we have so much power in our words. There's so much power in our tongue and power in what we say. And so we have to change what we're saying so we can change what we're seeing. You can speak things into the air. And so, sometimes, for instance, with some of my friends, and they're like trying to get pregnant, I'm just like, oh, how bad, I'm speaking it over you. Even though it may not. But, whatever the case may be, it's just in a joking way. But, the truth of the matter is we have so much power in what we say. And, so speak the word. Speak positive affirmations on your life. Just different things. Like last year, when I first had cancer and I had to have surgery, I was so depressed. And so many people don't really know what I went through then or what I was really going through. But I went through such a huge period of depression. It was just like, oh my God, I couldn't get out of it. And when I finally, kind of got through it, one thing that I did, I went out to the store and I bought Post-it notes from the store, just different colors of Post-it notes. And I like for instance, one color, I made it for scriptures. So I wrote scriptures down that spoke into me. Another color, it was for positive quotes that I just saw anywhere. And another one was just like positive stuff that I just saw, that just was anywhere, positive stuff that I just thought of. Or just like words, like smile or different stuff like that. And so I posted all of them on my mirror in my bathroom where, I am like every day. I get up in the morning, get ready every day. I go in the bathroom, I'm in the mirror, wash my face and stuff. And so, it was one of the first things that I saw. And so it was important for me because it was like, man, on the days where I would feel down, it was those Post-it notes that would really speak into me. And so, you got to change what you're saying. Watch what you say. There is power in the words that you speak. So make sure that you are speaking life into whatever situation or whatever you may be going through. Make sure that you are speaking life into it. Or just make sure that you are speaking life into your life in general. Number 3, surround yourself with positive people that speak into you. This is so important, guys. Like, I cannot even stress this. Like, this is so important. Like, some of my friends, we call ourselves the dream team. Oh my gosh. I don't think y'all understand how important they are to me and how much they really mean to me. Like, they mean so much to me. And yeah, I've known, like, some of them since middle school. One of them is my cousins. And, we talk pretty much every day or every week, whatever. And so, in a chat group, not like on the phone for real, but, in the chat group. Because, God, talking on the phone every day, that's just, woo. But, all 4 of us, no. But, we talk mess to each other. We throw shade. We do all that. But, we encourage each other. We are there for each other. If one of us is down, girl, you got this. Or, you got this. You can do this. We speak into each other. Like, we play around a lot. But when it's real, it's real. Like, we are speaking into each other's lives. Like, you can do this. You got this. Like, oh, you go after that. So it is important that you surround yourself with people that really speak into you. And, sometimes, when you forget who you are, it's the people around you that are really going to remind you who you are. So you got to watch who you're around and who you surround yourself with and who you allow to speak into you, because that is so important. Like, if you're down and the people around you are speaking down into you or not speaking into you or they're down too, you're going to continue to be down. But if you're down one day and you tell the people around you and they start encouraging you and stuff like that, those are people that you want to keep around, because those are the people that's going to speak into you. And so, the people around you, they can really influence you and your thoughts. They can influence how you feel or how far you go in life, because, you know, you can tell them something, tell them about your goal. And that's what I love about the Dream Team. No matter how crazy some of the stuff is, like, we support each other. Like, and we support each other's dreams, no matter what it is. Like, you know, if some of the people around you, you may tell them something. Watch who you tell stuff to, but you may tell them something, and they may not support it, or they may talk so down on it that, you know, you don't even want to do it anymore. So make sure you watch who you surround yourself with, and surround yourself with people that speak into you. All right, so what are some ways to remind yourself that although, you know, it may not feel well right now, it will be, although it may not feel good right now, it will be. Number one, remember the word of God and all the promises of God. Number two, speak the word. And number three, surround yourself with people that speak into you. Okay? Thanks for tuning in, guys, and thanks for sharing this moment with me. And, you know, this channel is all about us doing life together and just sharing your story. I think that's so important, to share your story. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. All of the links are right there in my bio for you guys. So thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you guys again. Bye.